So as we close in on the month of November, this is my time of year to go out and do my condition inspection of my plane. But before I do that, I want to go for one last flight and go shoot a couple of instrument approaches. This is something I haven't had the chance to do for a while, so I'm going to take this opportunity today, head out towards Brawley and shoot a couple of approaches. I've had a couple of days of really just not really flying that much because I'd sent my radio off to Val Avionics because I wanted to give that radio another chance, and they did some updates to it, and I'll tell you what, I tested it out the other day and it was working amazingly well. So like any flight, it's important to make sure that you've prepared ahead of time. I reviewed all the charts, all the airport diagrams, and I knew exactly what I was going to be getting into on this flight. The weather was perfect and a great day to jump up in the air and just really enjoy the day and get a couple of instrument approaches in. Alright, we've got all the avionics set up. Traffic Cherokee, experimental 918, Lima November is at the north hangar, is going to taxi runway 17 to the run up Somerton. Keep saying Cherokee, I mean to say Zenith or experimental. Been flying the Cherokee a lot more recently. Traffic, experimental 918, Lima November taking off runway 17, departing the area to the north, Somerton. So we got a slight crosswind, but very low energy. Line up runway 17. Throttle up. Everything's in the green, brake release.
Obstacle.
And we're flying. Alright, so we're level up here 4,500. We're just on a route to Brawley. Beautiful morning out here. If you can look out here in the distance, you can see the Sierra Nevadas. You got Mexico just down to my south there, which is pretty cool. Up to the north, we got I just love the desert out here. It's just kind of this really cool landscape. Right now we're flying basically over the Imperial sand dunes.
Right, Hotel Foxtrot, clear vision approach runway 3 right, and contact human targeting.
I love the view of the Sierra Nevadas this morning. Got Mexicali and Calexico just off to the west of us a little bit. And Central Project Terminal 918, Lima November descending 2,900 to begin the RNAV runway 26 approach into Brawley.
Radio number pursuit is requested, maintain VFR, practice approach is approved. Let me know once you start it.
Roger, we're going to start from Imperial 8, Lima November.
Roger.
Brawley traffic, experimental 918, Lima November is 5 miles to the east on the RNAV runway 26 approach, Brawley. And we're descending 1,000 feet. And we got the glide slope coming in. Okay, 293 heading. Across Waukeme. At Waukeme, we are 3 miles. Alright, now we are on the glide slope.
Approaching minimums.
There we go. Brawley traffic, experimental 918, Lima November is final runway 26, Brawley.
Minimums.
Alright, got the minimum, so we're going on the center line here. Brawley traffic, experimental 918, Lima November is short final runway 26, touch and go, Brawley. Hey, fuel's on protect, make sure search carburetor is on. Oh, pretty good. Brawley traffic, experimental 8 November, left crosswind departure to the southwest call. Summer traffic, experimental 8 Lima November, final runway 17, full stop, summer 10. Okay, get her on the pedals.
Obstacle.
Okay, everything's in the green. Alright, head back to the hangar.
Well, everybody, I'm back from Brawley and did that approach, and it's been a little bit since I've actually done that, and I'm back here in the hangar, mainly because I've been working on my condition inspection for 8 Lima November. And as always, whenever you get into doing an inspection, you're going to find things that you need to address, things you need to fix, and this one's no different. I found a couple things. I ended up having to put in a brand new elevator cable. And again, it was something that I had done in the build that I thought, hey, this is the perfect solution from looking at it. It didn't work out quite as well as I wanted it to, and so I've replaced that elevator cable. So again, a couple other things I've got to do to wrap up the condition inspection on this plane, but that does not mean that my flying season is done. But before I tell you a little bit more about that, I need to thank the sponsor of this video, which is GRT Avionics. GRT is an American company making very capable avionics systems for guys like me and you flying on a budget. But even though we're flying on a budget, we want all of that technology in the cockpit with us to help us fly and make the best aeronautical decisions possible. And with that, you can start out with the mini EFIS and go all the way up to the Horizon, each one adding new capabilities but the price stays reasonable. One thing I do like about the GRT systems of the other guys in the market is the systems are completely integrated. What I mean by that is that you don't have to have an AHRS module and an air data computer and all these other things. All of this is integrated into the system, making the installation very simple for guys like me and you building our own aircraft. So if you guys are building a light sport or experimental aircraft, really consider GRT Avionics for all of your avionics needs. Now, like I said just a second ago, just because 8 Lima November is down does not mean my flying season is over. I need to introduce to you new plane to the channel. This is 7097 Whiskey. This is a Piper Cherokee 180, and if it looks familiar, it should be. This is the Cherokee 180 that I went out to California and picked up with the guys from JR Garage. We got it in annual, brought it back here to, well, actually we got it in annual here in my hangar in over on the other side of the field, and now me and a buddy have purchased it in a partnership, and that means that I've got the perfect aircraft to go on to my next rating, which is my commercial certificate. So I'm going to be spending some time in this plane, which means I'm going to take you guys along for that ride. So those flights coming up very, very soon. So this is the content you guys like, really consider liking, subscribing, following along, and I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you guys have a project in the garage, plane in the hangar, get building, get flying, and I'll see you guys in the air next time.